ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the famous Rich Life Studios in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. It is the Jofo in the Ring AEW Dynamite review.
And here we go for another edition of the AEW Dynamite review. And yes, my name is Frank Jofo, and this right here is Selecta Brew, and up top is the Elite Package. Alex, the Elite, what's going on, guys?
Not much, you guys.
Hey, another week, another AEW Dynamite, another week. Reason to complain about wrestling, and I love it.
It's not just another week. It's coming to you live from Detroit, Michigan. It was a Little Caesar's place, I think. It was back.
The whole
we
town,
we left all New Japan Wrestling, and we finally returned back home to the mothership here with some, I'd say 90%, 95% AEW Dynamite show. Well, actually, 50% of that 90% was one match, so it wasn't hard to beat. So that being said, as we do here every single week on the AEW Dynamite review on Jofo in the Ring channel, we're going segment by segment, and we're breaking it down, and we're gonna hear Frank like an old man complain. We're gonna hear me.
You hate to hear the truth.
We're gonna hear me have to tell the truth. The one that speaks the truth, he speaks nonsense. I speak the truth, and we have the man upstairs right there who just keeps it all elite.
We already did this already.
Yeah.
I introduced you.
You introduced our names. I'm introducing the characters.
Oh.
I'm introducing people. Now they knew Frank Jofo, they knew Alex the Elite, they knew me. But now at least coming in, they know you're the guy that's gonna talk a whole bunch of nonsense. They know I'm the guy that's gonna say the stuff that people don't want to hear, and they know Alex is gonna bring that sharp knowledge that only the elite analysts in the wrestling podcast community could bring. And that being said, let's get into the action, boys. Let's get into the action. Like I said, coming to you from, did they say the first time ever in Detroit, Michigan?
Yeah, it was their debut.
It was a debut, big crowd, almost close to pushing 14,000.
Well, there wasn't one person I thought would be in the crowd, who's the Brooklyn Brawler that lives in Detroit, Michigan.
Brooklyn Brawler was not in the crowd.
No.
Jim Ross was not at commentary to start the night, which I don't mind because I enjoyed. I haven't watched Dark in a while, so I enjoyed having Taz there. I feel he's a little quicker on the ball. I like him.
Not a big fan of Taz.
Hey, that's just you. How about you, Alex? Do you like Taz on commentary?
I enjoy Taz on the Rampage, especially. He does really well. I think he does a good job of explaining the moves, not just during a Hook match. Of course, during a match with Hook, he explains every single throw that he does.
If you notice the matches with Hook, I think some of these moves he's just making up on the fly here. The Uranagi 250 splash. I'm like, okay, like Taz. We know it's your son. You know, like, you don't have to make him look like he's Hulk Hogan here with all these, but anyways.
So you mean you've been watching Hook matches, is what you're saying?
Why are we talking about fucking Hook? He wasn't even on the fucking card.
I brought it up, my bad.
I brought it out. See, we got the fire start early here.
Loser.
And that's what you're going to do every Wednesday night when we're
with
live.
Danhausen, fuck.
So,
fuck.
Hey, someone who should have stayed in the back. We kick off the show with Orange Cassidy. Fuck. Yay, whoop-dee-doo-dah. But a little more interesting than that.
So you're telling me you were more excited to see Danhausen than fucking Orange Cassidy tonight?
I did not say that.
Fucking break, man.
As I said at the top of the show, we break down the show segment by segment, so we'll talk about Danhausen later on when we get there. For now, let's kick it back to Orange Cassidy. Was Chuck Taylor out on injury?
Good.
Because the best friends are back with new costumes. Alex,
yes.
Are you pumped?
I don't know. Yeah, well, I'm gonna be in a minority here, but I enjoy Orange Cassidy. I think he's really underrated, underappreciated. I think if you don't like his gimmick, that's 100% fair criticism. But to knock him as a wrestler, I think is going too far. Exactly. Unless you don't like that style of wrestling, which is Jofo. What does Jofo stand for? We know
just
that.
Our fucking opinion.
You got it. So I enjoyed this. I mean, he had new music, Orange Cassidy. Well, new old music.
Yeah.
It's his old song.
That's his old song?
Apparently on the indies, he had. I like the song. I like the band, Jefferson Starship. I've known the song.
I don't think that's him, though. I think that's not him.
I don't know.
It just didn't.
I don't know. It's fun,
of cheering and getting excited, and I don't know. Maybe I gotta get used to it. Like I said, I am a big Orange Cassidy fan. I don't like his stupidity that he does with the stupid kicks and everything. But when the guy wrestles, he is one of the top wrestlers in AEW. Period. And he showed it here. Well, you know what?
To change the song.
I think it was a mistake. But maybe we'll see if it's not a mistake in the future. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Even though it's his old song, apparently on the Indies, like you had the Pixie song for over a year now. I think it was like beginning of last year. Yeah. So we're really accustomed to it, and it's not like he changed his character. No. Not that he needs to Orange Cassidy, but why is he getting a new song? I know it's his old song, but just because you decided to pay X amount of money to finally get the license, the rights to the song years later, what if don't bother? Like you already got a good song.
But I want to know.
Stop wasting your money, TK.
Does Tony Khan give them in their contracts creative control, or does he love them so much that he just naturally gives it to them? And if so, Tony Khan, I know you love wrestling and you love WCW. Do you not know that was one of the downfalls of WCW was too many people having input on everything?
Just figure that out now. It's been like that since day one.
No, I know.
Tell in every match. You can tell in every segment. You can tell in every fucking promo.
But if there's one person,
I think I said it a million times.
If there's one person that he loves, Tony Khan, that's Orange Cassidy. We all know that.
Well, besides you,
he dressed up as him for Halloween. A couple years, like the first year the AEW was like around. And I'm just saying, when you dress up as someone for Halloween, you're a fan of theirs.
No,
right?
It's called you're a fucking mark. That's what it is.
Well.
Fans.
MJF over here.
Okay. Well, that being said, well, if I understood correctly, Dan Lambert said in his promo that he petitioned Tony Khan for this match. That was one of the reasons why we're having this.
That doesn't make any sense.
What did I write down here on my notes? Best friends are back. New outfit. Stupid hands in pocket spot. All his moves, opponents twirl him around in the air. I'm talking about Orange Cassidy. And blah, blah, blah. And his big nip up with his hands in his pocket. Like, all of his stuff, like, that he gets pops for are like this. Man, give me Max Mini in here. Give me a midget match then if this is the case.
Oh, you can't say that.
You have to admit, the reversal, or I wouldn't say reversal, but like when he had the Orange Cassidy up Ethan Page for the Eagle's Edge, and he just puts his hands in his pocket. Come on, that had to have made you like just smirk a bit.
You love that shit, Bruno. Don't fucking tell me you don't like that.
Just a bit.
I don't.
You know what I mean, he doesn't do it every single time. It's 10% stupidity, which I don't like, but I know you love that shit.
Okay,
but you don't. You never talk good about his wrestling.
I understand. Okay, how about this? So how about if he goes a match or two without doing every single one of
them? It's not gonna happen.
He could not. He doesn't have to do every single one of the same joking things. Cause, like you touch on it. We'll talk about later.
I'd rather Orange Cassidy do that than fucking Big Papa Pump on a microphone. I'll tell you that.
We'll talk about later, but like Orange Cassidy, better wrestler than Danhausen, right?
10 times
Okay,
better.
So that being said,
and Hook.
Okay, I know, but as you see in the match later on, Danhausen in the match, as much as he's not a good wrestler and he's like a joke character, in the actual fighting part of the match, he does very, very little stopping the whole entire flow of the match and taking you out of it and making it unbelievable. Like, even when he does his little cursing, it's more like he's just doing
it's
it to, like, pointing.
Wrestling.
Then he does
That's what I've been
then he
fucking,
does. Then he does his finish.
Listen to me when I fucking rant and rave and fucking
I'm saying this as a potential fan of Orange Cassidy. I could, Alex.
It's not even that.
I could become an Orange Cassidy fan. Is what I'm saying. I'm saying this out of potential love for the guy. You know, the hard love.
I know exactly what you're doing, and it's not love. I know that. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing.
You can't help but at least like appreciate, like, listen to it's not. I mean, the reaction is not everything in the arena, like, but still, like, it plays a big factor into enjoying it or not. The crowd goes crazy, ape shit when he does any little thing.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to do anything, and that's really the goal of pro wrestling. Why are you gonna do like a bajillion amount of moves when you can do so little?
That's the goal. That's the goal of a talent show or just an exhibition or a freak show to just get people to chant for anything. Like, no,
he's entertaining.
But again, like I said last week, I'm not gonna just repeat myself. Like, but one of the main parts of wrestling is when you're actually doing the wrestling part, try your best to fugace people that like you're trying as much as you do like the joke stuff in between.
It's 2022. Bro.
Yeah, whatever. I understand.
Coming from a guy
who's the best tag team?
Come out and flex. And
who is the best? What got him there? First of all,
none is.
He did in matches. Listen to me. He was a funny guy, especially when he got older and just bigger and less mobile than when he was doing Frankensteiners and shit. But when Scott Steiner, did his funny stuff or the joking stuff, it was outside of the ring. When it was a match, whether it be fast or slow, all he focused on in the match was fighting and beating down his opponent.
Go watch
he
fucking
didn't stop the match.
Then.
You know,
watching it. Why are we doing an AEW fucking?
Because it's supposed to be professional. It's not supposed to be independent.
Well, it's AEW. I've been telling you that since the fucking beginning.
I'm not arguing with you.
It's not fucking professional. They do whatever they want. You just said. Why don't they talk to each other and do fucking this and that with them? They don't, because they don't give a fuck. AEW.
Well,
they don't give a shit.
Not to be as aggressive as you. I think they do give a fuck.
Oh fuck, man. We're talking about the same stuff every week.
I think Alex.
Fuck, I'm gonna get a heart attack. Talking about something I did 10 weeks ago. Fuck.
I think the problem.
The point is made.
I think one of the problems could be that
there's a lot of fucking problems.
To exactly the point that you said, Alex. See, we come back to me on this one. Is yes, people do cheer for him. People do cheer for weird things in life, right? And any sport, any art, right? But you have to step back and at a certain point be like, am I getting more audience from what I'm putting out, or am I only catering to the existing people over and over and over? And that's a serious question you have to start asking when it comes to stuff like that. Like, yes, those AEW fans, the hardcore AEW fans, pop, right? They cheer. But AEW has had the same fans almost now for 3 years almost.
They haven't gone up or
down.
They've
grown a lot on their social media, but I don't know. I know they've grown. But
I feel like that's not fair to me.
It's like the inside joke. It's like the inside joke. If you don't, if you're watching AEW and you watch an FTR match and you're into it, and then the next match is the Orange Cassidy match, and you don't know Orange Cassidy, like you just flicked it on, kind of like this is how I got into AEW back in the day. Like I was scouring around, I fell onto it, like, oh, Dustin Rhodes, Cody Rhodes. I don't even know who Cody Rhodes was at the time. I knew Goldust was. I heard Jim Ross on commentary.
I didn't know who Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, I wasn't watching WWE for wrestling for about 10 years at this point when I started watching back, and so I saw online Jericho signed to this new company.
Anyone starting a podcast, I'd love to join them.
Either way,
I'd love to join you guys.
Either way, if you actually pay attention to the point of what I'm saying and not picking at a trigger word like a quote unquote
you said the week before. Continue. Go.
No, I'm saying, like, I'm watching this. If you don't know that that's his character and you want to try and get a new audience and they flip on the show and you see that, you're like, what the fuck is this? You know? Like, you have to seriously look at it.
I'm going to say
you can't look at it from the side of, I'm a fan.
I'm going to take the words straight out of your fucking dumb mouth. If you don't know, you better fucking know. Because if you don't know, too bad for you, my friend. Well, that's what AEW is all about.
Okay.
Like it or not.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Okay, well.
You said it
I don't know.
a million fucking times.
I don't know.
So don't fucking contemplate yourself now because this is what it is. This is what it is.
Unlike you, my friend, I listen to when people talk. And so that is indeed, if you don't know, you have to find out. Mentality is exactly my point that when you're marketing something, we have to do this type of stuff.
Marketing genius.
You can't think people are going to go out of their way to find your stuff and find out.
Who are you to fucking tell these people what to do?
I'm giving my opinion. I'm saying, though.
Your opinion sucks.
I'm saying, though, if you want to get new people and grow, you have to seriously look at things and be like,
we're losing people because of you, because of this stupid rant that you're saying.
I'm just gonna say, I don't think our video is on. I'm looking at I don't know. Do people even see us? Because I just see the blood and guts graphic.
Circle Debate's talking to us.
Yeah.
Circle Debate's there in the chat.
Well, okay. Well, I don't see anyone. That's why I don't see you guys. I was waiting for the right moment to mention it.
We're getting heated here. But what is, speaking of that?
Oh, there we go.
What? Oh, is it something? Maybe the way I'm sharing you. Maybe the way I'm sharing you the screen, you don't see it. So what is Circle? Okay. First of all, shout out Circle Debate. Shout out Devious One. Let's see. Let's go to the last two comments. He brought his old school Chikara days when he was first and was barely using the Cassidy character. Pro wrestling
say,
fans
if you
are
hate
spoiled,
Orange,
period, not respecting the craft and storytelling, more focused on high spots instead of story being told in the ring. But it is what it is. Exactly. It is what it is. It is what it is. And let's not keep beating this dead horse because I don't want our friend Frank Joffo to have a heart attack here.
Thank God.
just make one comment about the Orange Cassidy match.
Yes,
Something I didn't realize until I went on Twitter.
Oh, yeah. Go.
Did you realize that Orange Cassidy won the match with a body slam? But apparently the reason he did is because he was channeling Hogan and Andre from WrestleMania 3 because they were in Detroit.
Okay. So, that was the whole thing?
Well, they kept saying on commentary, "Oh, he's going for the body slam again." I but I didn't put two and two together why he was
so
going
ridiculous,
for the body
but it's hilarious.
Good job, Orange Cassidy. Good job. So now let's leave the C squad and go to the A squad because, man, oh man, I am sorry your entire family isn't dead. Well, everyone except your mom. Quote from the great Christian Cage here.
I think he's subliminally taking over the MJF role here, Christian. Nice and seat to seat.
He said, "I will not apologize."
Because how did he become the biggest heel in AEW when we already had the biggest heel in AEW, MJF? And nobody talks about him anymore.
Well, you need more than one heel, so it's a
not-
good problem to
not
have
like
two big time
Not
heels.
like that. No, not like that.
Well,
That's-
MJF is
that's
24,
MJF narrative,
22
that.
years
That's
old, no?
That's MJF narrative 101 right there. He did it on Darby Allin. He did it on fucking what's his name there, Pillman. He did the same fucking thing. The same thing.
Yeah, but that's like every pro wrestler since like 1970s Memphis doing cheap heat when someone dies, or like going really low.
And tell me somebody that
like
done a fucking
every pro wrestling
promo.
heel. This is Jerry Lawler promo, basically.
Nobody's
The
done a
fucking
fucking
Jerry
promo
Lawler.
like that besides MJF in AEW. Besides MJF and Christian, I don't think there's anybody on the fucking roster that could do a fucking promo like that.
Well,
CM Punk
the only
Name me one.
only thing Detroit has only thing Detroit
Danhausen.
only
Your
thing
buddy
Detroit
Hook.
only thing Detroit has going for it is that it's
A
close
shit
to
hockey
Canada.
team.
Is that it's close to Canada, says Christian Cage, and he says
That's a great line.
that he did request a match from Tony Khan, but he did not request a match for him.
Oh, you fooled us.
Cue
You fooled
the
us.
music that kind of sounds like
You fooled
Kane
me.
music, and you know what? I kind of like this. I want to see what you guys have to say.
Well, he came out in a black. His thing is not green anymore; it's black. So now all of a sudden, now he's a heel.
And it's the
We
dark
don't know
music.
why he turned heel.
Well,
but
the
we'll
Christian
just figure-
Cage has
well,
some.
I guess. Well, if you don't know, now you know. And or
Well,
else
no,
you
no.
just
They
go
showed
figure it
us
out
a
yourself.
story last week in
Oh,
the ring.
yeah.
He whispered in his
Wow,
ear.
Oh, you whispered. He whispered
said
in his ear.
He said.
He whispered in his ear.
He said. Let's not talk about it here in front of people. We'll talk about it in the back. Christian said that audibly for us to hear it.
Saying for the
again
longest
because
time, fucking Luchasaurus should be there throwing people against the fucking wall.
And you're right. So to your point,
it makes sense. It doesn't make sense to
What do you mean
me.
it doesn't make sense?
No.
How does it make sense? He has the big. It's to you guys' point, like MJF now. Christian has that muscle, the meat
Jungle's
shield.
boy's injured. What am I
to
going to do now? What am I going to do now?
Now Christian can
I got to
antagonize.
do something.
So now Christian can antagonize, and not have to fight and really make you wait to actually see that match.
We're gonna have about 4 weeks, 5 weeks of Luchasaurus coming out and pretending to be a powerhouse. Well, pretending he is a fucking powerhouse, but come on, man. Why?
And he also
is he doing this?
He also
for?
changed his moveset too. I appreciated that.
Because
Did you notice that, Alex?
He changed his music and he changed his mask.
Okay, and also it's a.
Well, I think to Frank's point, like at least I know that Tony Khan hates doing this, but show like a freaking 30-second video package of last week. That's all they had to do to at least better give context. I know we know because we've been watching, but like as much as like
at least it was on Dynamite. You know what I mean? If you watch only Dynamite every week and not Twitter and not whatever, if you only watch Dynamite, you saw that. You know what I mean? You could give them that credit. You know what I mean? When you're talking New Japan or something happened on Rampage or whatever, or Dark or whatever, we
need video packages, Cody.
Sure,
we need
yeah.
Tony
But the thing,
Khan to make packages
one
here.
thing I liked.
I'll do it for free. Fuck.
One thing I liked cool about this was I see a little something they're going for. I don't know if you caught this.
What is it? Tell us.
Again with that dark Kane sounding music, the dark thing. Us not really knowing what the relationship of Christian and Luchasaurus are, and they said Luchasaurus is what do you say, and Jungle Boy are like brothers, or they grew up together.
Oh yeah, since 4 years old.
So what I'm saying is, they're gonna tease us that we're not gonna know the story behind Christian and Luchasaurus for a little while, a la Paul Bearer and Kane type of thing.
A la Paul Bearer.
You know, you remember like, you're trying to remember like, but kind of in reverse. Like Paul Bearer was teasing who's the guy. This is kind of like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like now they're playing everything. What does Christian have on Luchasaurus that's making him go dark and turn on?
Well, that's the thing.
Thing,
Like
you know?
they can't give away everything in 1 week. I agree, it's gonna be a slow build.
Yeah, and I feel
Very
Christian
slow
is
build.
like Christian is invested in doing this right. I could tell.
Yeah.
Is also
I was just say it also depends on when Jungle Boy can return because supposedly he has some kind of injury. I don't remember what.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
ready for 5
So what
weeks
it's
of
gonna
this.
be? It's gonna be Christian like either half cutting promos, half like cutting a promo after Luchasaurus beating some people up, tag match. You know, we'll see.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm interested.
the
To
only thing I
see.
didn't like is that Luchasaurus's nerve hold. That looked like shit. I
Yeah.
hate that fucking
With the what do you do? But with it was like, but they just grabbed the back of his neck.
submission nerve hold. It's so like, oh my god. They didn't need that. He needed just like a power move. The move he did before, I can't remember what it was. He should just pin the guy, Serpentico, with that. Whatever it was, can't remember what it was.
Surprise, Serpentico
Don't
still
do
has a
it.
job in AEW.
Yo, let's hit up with our boy Devious. You know what, man? We're gonna talk tonight. I'm gonna hit you up, Devious One, Circle Debate because
Yeah, take
You-
him off
you're
this
pretty-
podcast.
you're
Bring
pretty
him
much-
on yours. I don't want him here anymore.
you know you're pretty much
Take him.
contributing
Take
here with
him
us
on
every
yours,
week.
please.
We'll talk and I'll tell you off if you want to
Please.
come on here
Please.
in video.
That's it.
How you could easily come in and shoot the shit with us here and.
You're out.
things like that.
Go
So
on the other
let's go.
podcast.
Let's go to what Circle Debate has to say. Agreed, Frank. He's doing an incredible job with these
That's all you have to
promos.
say.
AEW
Let's agree
talent.
with Frank and continue with
Can
the
I-
next.
can I continue
No, you don't have
reading?
to. He just said agreed with
Okay,
Frank.
so
That's
for
it.
people
Continue.
listening,
No, you don't have to know.
For
He
people
just agreed. He
listening-
just agreed. He doesn't. They don't have to know.
for
Go on to
people
the next question.
for people listening on Spotify, YouTube, Google Podcasts, everywhere you can get your podcast. I will read this because they cannot see this. Agreed, Frank. He's
Yes.
doing
Okay. So we'll continue with that. Forbidden. He agreed with me. That's all. That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Agreed, Frank, and he's doing an incredible job with these promos. AEW talent should be taking notes to learn. And yes, Alex agreed. Old school territory days. Evil Dinosaur, laugh out loud. He has been cursed. Of course, Alex, but they're so condensed with time, so he doesn't focus on that, which is unfortunate. Yeah, exactly.
Video packages.
Yeah, the video
Yeah, I
packages.
agree.
And Forbidden Door question, that's what I want to get to. Forbidden Door question for you all, very brief. Would you guys grade it? And I'm going to give this to you, Alex.
Well, I still haven't seen it yet, so.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
I've seen some highlights, and it sounds like it was a really good show, and I think it may have surprised people because everyone was like saying the show was cursed, was going to be a shit show. All the main stars of New Japan are out, or even AEW. But like, if you look at that card on paper, and you're telling me that wasn't going to be at least a decent show, maybe not an amazing show, like what the fuck have you been watching? That's what I want to say. Like, come on, it had to have been at least somewhat good, not all of it, but. With the amount of talent that's in there, maybe it's not the ideal situation for everyone. That's a fair point. But these guys are going to put on great matches, and I'm sure they did. So,
Of course they did.
that's my take on it.
Of course they did. My favorite match: Will Ospreay, Orange Cassidy, guaranteed 5-star.
I got to watch
match.
that.
Guaranteed 5-star
Good.
match. I'm not. Well,
What's the Owen Hart
I-
versus Bret Hart WrestleMania 10?
it was WrestleMania 10, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, well, that opening match. What do you
The
grade that
opening
match?
match?
What do you grade that
That's
match?
a 5-on-5 as well.
And so you think Will Ospreay and
was
Orange
close.
Cassidy
It
could
was
do a
close.
match?
There was more. You know what?
saying
You know what
Will
the difference
Ospreay
is?
and Orange, hold on. Let's
Can I
get
tell
it-
you why I
let's
gave
get
the
this
off-
let's get
okay.
this audibly out here. You're saying Will Ospreay and Orange Cassidy can have a caliber of matches. Owen Hart and
Biggest
Bret Hart.
loser on podcasting today.
Owen Hart and Bret Hart. Say it. Is that what you're saying?
There was more of a story to that fucking match. There wasn't. If there was a better story build up,
Sorry.
which I've been fucking saying for fucking the longest
Don't
fucking
scream in the mic.
time.
It's not audibly. I know you want to move
fuck
your point.
anymore now.
Back up when you scream. I know.
Turn off my mic.
Or
I'll smash
microphone.
everything
Don't
over here.
scream in it like
I'll
that.
smash
Owen.
everything, fuck, over
hurts,
here.
It hurts the ears, and people may be listening in their car or on very good headphones.
Good.
And we don't want to hurt their ears, which this next segment probably did for a lot of people.
Exactly. You can't compare that, Bruno.
Where I'm
But
like-
Mr. Bruno thinks he knows everything, so you can compare anything he wants.
No, I don't. I
Compare anything he wants.
I put it out
Continue,
there. I
fuck.
put it out there to see what everyone has to say.
Dummy.
So yeah, what I was saying. So somehow, Wardlow makes Scorpio Sky sound like The Rock in a promo here. Because, man, oh, man. I'll go to you, Alex, first. I think he needs to take a sip of water. But Wardlow needs a mouthpiece, and I think big time. What do you have to say about this promo right here?
You didn't say that last week. Why all of a sudden does he need
Because last week he didn't do a promo because it was
the week before he did was a pre-recorded and it was shittier than one he did tonight.
Okay,
figure that one out.
Last week it was a pre-recorded
stupid show.
Last week was a pre-recorded and it was like 12 seconds, and that's the reason we said it was better. It was fast, it was quick with highlight package in the background.
And it was still garbage.
The week before was a promo in the ring, and we said what we're seeing now.
I guarantee you this one was pre-recorded as well.
Exactly, but this is a pre-recorded, like not like a highlight reel and like you know what I mean. This is pre-recorded talking to a guy made to look live.
Video packages in
so Alex, I had asked Alex by the way. I think Alex, what do you take here?
I think he for sure can benefit from having a manager and mouthpiece, but I don't think he does as bad as like everyone gives. I don't think he's that bad to be honest.
It's not that he's
as long as he keeps it short. He doesn't like start saying a bunch of shit. Like I think keeps it short, brief, straight to the point.
There's something about the tone of his voice, maybe.
You don't like his voice, like people don't like Keith Lee's voice, right?
No. Keith Lee is like the way, not his voice, but the way is punctuation. I guess would be the word, like that weird, like I don't know what to call it, like Old English / like Shakespeare. I don't even know. Whatever. So
the delivery, maybe the delivery's off. It could be. Right?
So you're saying that. Okay, Wardlow, Scorpio Sky, who cut a better promo here? They both had like
is that a fucking joke?
Scorpio Sky is great.
It's a comedy
he got a lot better, is what I'm saying, though, compared to like his first 2 years.
He's always been good. He's always been good, but
I hope he does fucking better.
I think it's because he had enough time to like. They gave him like a full year, almost 2 now, to really fall into this heel character. Whereas before it was like, oh, you're an SCU tag team. Oh, now you're gonna put you on a singles run. Oh, now you're.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that's why it takes also a guy like him really fall into that heel.
He better not beat Scorpio Sky. I'll tell you this much right now. It better be some kind of stupidity, disqualification. It goes to another match because if he beats him in the first try, there's a problem in the backstage there. There's a fucking problem. Maybe they need some writers. Maybe they need some producers, some real ones. No, I don't want to scream because I don't want to be that asshole here. But Jesus fucking Christ, man, it's ridiculous. Fuck. Hook me in, for God's sakes. You're just going to fucking... What are they doing? They're going in the back? Okay, who's wrestling tonight? Here we go. Yeah, Danhausen. Oh, okay, so I guess we'll put an FTR with him. Thank God we didn't pull out Hook.
Well, we'll get to that match.
We'll get to that.
When we get to that match.
I can't wait for that.
Any final thoughts on Wardlow and Scorpio Sky? Alex? Let's see what happens, pretty much.
Yeah, I guess, but I expect Wardlow to win. But just like, especially because like we had the TNT title like swapping hands too many times with Sammy Guevara and Scorpio Sky. Just as much as I like Scorpio, I think it's run its course because of all the fuckery that happened before. Like,
but
give him a fresh slate.
We need a build here. Make it make sense. You're gonna make.
It's a rematch technically. Technically, it's a rematch because Wardlow got screwed over before in the first TNT title match.
Yeah, but
I know.
Well, one thing we learned tonight. And if you're tuning in,
you're an idiot.
That's for sure. If anyone's tuning in for the first time, we all know for sure, definitely, that Frank Jofo just seems like he hates everything. And I want to know if you hate everything as much as you hate white guys doing white face like Max Caster does.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. Max Caster is an actual good wrestler. Make the guy wrestle.
Okay, we'll talk about. Let's talk about the end of the match because he was in this match. We'll talk about him wrestling because it ties into the end of this match. So let's not skip too much ahead. So we get Max Caster coming out, accompanying the Ass Boys here, the Gun Club. He does his rap, but he's not fighting. He's the Gun Club have mystery opponents. Yeah. They're facing Danhausen and 2 mystery opponents. Correct? Yeah. So it's Caster is fighting, but.
It's Bowens.
Exactly. Bowens is the one that's still injured. Yeah, exactly. And so this was, I guess, that good, like, we want to get him on TV, a nice, easy, fun match, get him out there with all the gold and cue the FTR music.
Easy and fun.
Detroit goes crazy. A nice You know, it's like everyone's like, who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? It's a happy surprise.
Unless Hook has a brother and he was gonna come out with him, but I doubted that.
Well, after Forbidden Door, it could have been any new.
Who?
You know, I don't know. It could have been Ricky Starks.
Why would they put fucking two good guys like that on?
I'm just saying, you know what I mean? It could have been. All I'm saying is it could have been that time. You know, like. That they start a new storyline with like a new face from like Rampage or Dark.
Should have been.
No, this was more just to this match was.
Well, there was a storyline in the match. Yeah.
Exactly.
At the ending of the match was
the ending. It was like that's right. The match was more like a match. They didn't really have like the match was like a throwaway match, right? But got FTR out, got the crowd reaction, got to see them do their shit, got to see them work. Again, Gun Club also. Yeah, they're really good, man. They're great.
What about their tag team partner, the great Danhausen?
This is wrong.
Would have been better off 3-on-2.
Well, he didn't do much. He didn't do much.
He didn't even have to come out and show his face. Fuck.
You know what? I'll say here. I'll admit something.
Oh my God! Don't fucking say something stupid.
No, I hated his guts.
I'm swinging.
I hated his guts at the beginning.
Oh my God!
But because I seen him in a couple of matches, and he knows he's a sideshow.
Couple of matches. He's been in 2.
I know he doesn't. Like I said, like the thing that bothers me when people slow down the match to really do a whole joke thing, he doesn't really do that. He might do a funny move or it looks like he does it by mistake or gets lucky. Like I said at the end here, his whole magic thing, he just does it kind of like as in the sense of where Shawn Michaels is tuning up the music as the guy's getting up. He does his point and then got him up for, I think he went for the go to sleep, It wasn't like you're in an intense fight and let's all stop. And then I'm not gonna hate on the guy too much. We talked about it before, but I'm saying his character, his joking ways. Now that he's been on the show for a little while, he's growing on me.
FNS phone.
Whereas the other guy,
it was a good night. I don't know about that.
It was a good night. Well, you know what? It's a good night to see you here. That's for sure. It's always a good night when you get some new faces in the chat. Thank you for tuning in. If it's your first time. So yeah, where we are right now, we're talking Danhausen and FTR. So let's skip to the.
I mean, you said Danhausen before FTR. Should have been the other way around.
Well, because of the way the match was written. Anyways, the way I wrote down the match. Anyways,
they have like a Twitter friendship. Like I know, like no one, they won't mention it on TV, even if they did. Like, it's very hard to follow.
Wait till next week. I'm sure they will.
Danhausen calls FTR, I think, hair and bald. I think that's a joke. So,
that's pretty cool.
That's the connection there.
As you know, they're joking around, fun on a Monday morning
on
Twitter.
Great jokes.
It's all right. It's all right. It's better than stopping the whole entire match to put your hands in your pocket.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and all that. But hey, we're not gonna go on that track again. So let's go ahead. The end of the match here. I like it. Very interesting ending. So first off, Bowens could walk. Ladies and gentlemen, Bowens could walk, and I guess this has to at least been the thing that made you happy, because now we're saying we're gonna see Caster, Bowens. Bowens could walk, gets in the ring, tries to help his boys, goes for the crutch. I think it was I think it was one of the FTR guys ducks it. Anyways, hits one of the ass boys. 1, 2, 3. Bowens screwed it all up. Billy Gunn was pissed, but this is the interesting part about it that I liked was there's the Gun Club is pissed off that Bowens screwed them over by mistake. And Billy Gunn trying to separate them, and Billy Gunn siding with the Acclaimed here at the end. I think this may be one that you may enjoy to see, that this could be a prominent storyline for Caster. So I'll dare ask you first on this one, Frank. What do you like about the way this went? That the Billy Gunn looked like he's standing up for the claim. Then now we're going to see a feud.
It's total confusion, my friend. It's confusion.
But they found the way.
It's confusion.
But they found a way to make the Gun Club now.
Where did you see this?
Kind of like the faces, and now the Acclaimed are going to be ultra.
No, it should be the.
No, because Billy Gunn's screwing over his own sons. So Billy Gunn is putting over Acclaimed as the heels in this situation. So this is what I think.
What I think should have fucking happened is fucking Anthony Bowens should have fucking came in and hit fucking the ass boy straight up, and just he's up, he's walking around, been fucking screwing them over, he's been ducking them the whole time and playing with them the whole time, and Max Caster and Anthony Bowens become heel that way, not this way. It's too confusing this way. It's too confusing. Make it fucking straight up. you hit him. Everyone thought, oh no, but it was an accident.
Yeah, but
make it fucking. They did it
for
real. Like they did it on purpose.
I get it.
You understand? Walk out of the ring. You know, that's it. No, now everyone's in confusion now. Are they heel? Are they face? Because they're two faces. They're two tag team faces. These are two good guys.
I believe they made it clear. Alex, what do you think? I believe they made it clear with the way they did it. Alex, what do you think? What do you think?
Oh, well, I mean, at this point right now, they're both heels, technically, the Ass Boys and the Acclaim.
Right? People are cheering them.
But that's, yeah, I know, but that always happens.
The only way Max Caster gets booed is if he comes, listen, and he doesn't say nothing. And he comes down and everyone boos because everybody wants him to say something. That's how you become a fucking heel.
Yeah, but now he also has the father. He also has the father of the guys he's feuding with.
Because they do?
No, they don't. Billy Gunn is the one kind of helping put the heat on them here.
How?
Because he's turning on his own sons.
Unintentional.
It's his sons. He can fucking slap them out if he wants.
And that's the other thing.
You shouldn't fucking be pissed off about that.
And that's it. You would be confused, like the Acclaim thing. Like,
I'm not going to feel bad. My dad used to give me slaps.
No, I'm saying if the Acclaim just came out and straight up hit them with no rhyme or reason, it's just, okay.
Yeah, but it was an accident, right? How he hit them.
Exactly.
How do you feel about that?
Adds to the storyline that, like, now Billy Gunn has to be more of he's more of a prick if he's sticking up for the Acclaimed here, right?
But I don't think he necessarily was, though. I didn't get that impression. I just got that, it was the heat of the moment. He just was saying, back off, sons, because, you're being dicks.
So exactly,
not that he was the Acclaim side. He just saying you're both bickering and arguing, and he didn't realize what he did.
Exactly. So this part of this chapter of the story, but now there's a question mark for next week. Like, what the hell is going on with Billy Gunn? Like, what's Billy Gunn gonna say? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's creating a couple more weeks. If they do it just a straight up, the Acclaim turn on them and, like, you know what I mean? Billy Gunn is like just whatever. It's like, okay, now they're just in a feud. Now it's like, oh, are they in a feud? Are they not? Like you said, you're a bit confused, but I guess it's part of it. Like, now you want to see what's going to develop in the story next week. That's what I think they're going for here. We have a new viewer in the chat here. Yakuza Series Generation says, The Undertaker and King coming in your house and take your food and your beer. Rest in peace. Thank you. I think you may be 25 years too late on that.
It's in your ballpark of wrestling there. That's the wrestling you like.
25,
you still haven't grown up since then, so about the same time frame that he's talking about. So, Yakuza, thank you for giving us that question. And don't forget to subscribe to our great channel here. I know he's here, so it's very hard to do that, but he's usually not here, so don't worry about it. Subscribe, my friend.
Subscribe, my friend. And subscribe. Yeah, so before we go away from here, any final thoughts? Anything on the match? Really,
confusion.
The working in the
confusion. Tis confusion.
Match was fine.
That's
but,
it, right? Yeah.
I mean, like, in the end, it's going to be the Acclaim have to turn face. I know that you said they get cheered anyways. I agree, but I think that's what's going to happen. They're going to turn face, and the fans been waiting for it. They've been wanting it. Like, they've been cheering them, so might as well just let them get cheered properly as they should be. It's a fun act, so you can't help it.
I think they should turn heel. I think they're going to turn heel.
They already are heels, technically. That's the thing.
Yeah, but real
they
heels.
Already are.
Real heels.
I don't think
get the crowd booing them. They cheer them when they come out, regardless if they're good or bad. They're getting cheered.
Well, I think
so to the untrained eye that I've never watched wrestling before, I'm going to turn on the TV and I'm like, oh, these guys are heels or faces. I'm going to say they're faces because they're getting cheered.
Yeah, so I think
it is.
Yeah, but
what will
it's
happen,
every act.
Gun Club will get booed. Gun Club will get booed. They're over when they're with their dad. They're over when they're Acclaimed. Take Billy Gunn and Acclaimed away from Gun Club, they'll get booed, and I think it'll solve the problem you're talking about.
We'll see.
Because they took out both things that are giving them a cheer, right?
We'll see.
I just want to say, like, the criticism, like, I agree, though, Frank, that a lot of the acts, the heels get cheered in AEW, but unfortunately, it's like that everywhere. In WWE, everyone gets cheered too. Fucking Roman Reigns. When people say acknowledge, when he says acknowledge me, you see people standing up. They're acknowledging
heels. They're acting like heels. That's the difference, right? They're not acting like heels. Even though they're on the heel side, or they're with the heel tag team, or the heel the face opponent, you have to. I'm an old school. I need distinguishment here. I need someone getting a shot off the head with a chair to know that they're the face and they're the bad guys. That's it. It's very simple. That's the way I am.
We have that with Christian. I agree. We have that with Christian, but I guess we can't have that with everyone.
Yeah, because they're not fucking cheering Christian, even though he's fucking a heel, right? It's the same fucking thing. They were cheering him a week ago or 2 weeks ago, whatever the fuck it was. Just because what? He hit Jungle Boy, which I've been waiting for the longest fucking time. Because if anyone fucking thinks Jungle Boy is going to be the next Shawn Michaels or fucking Eddie Guerrero or whoever the fuck they wanted to think that he's going to be a great star, he's not. I'm sorry. I just don't see it. And that's just my fucking opinion.
Well, look, the whole who's going to cheer for who, not really knowing, it's always been
Nobody
up in the air.
cheers for you, I'll tell you that.
But one thing that's for sure, somebody that cheered for something tonight, I know Alex is the one that cheered for this, the announcement of Death Before Dishonor.
Okay, I thought you were going to talk about Jade
Ring of
Cargill.
Honor's pay-per-view.
Embarrass the guy like that. Fuck.
Ring of Honor, pretty much Satnam Singh and Lethal and the crew announced the pay-per-view via, again,
Cesaro was supposed to be brought in at the payper-view. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Did you hear
Ring of
about
Honor?
that? Yeah. He was
Yeah,
supposed to be
Tony
brought
Khan
in. He's been under contract for at least a month. If I'm not mistaken. And they wanted to bring him in as a surprise at the Ring of Honor pay-per-view to get that big pop, because that's what Tony loves. He loves that. Makes him fucking giggle. It makes him call another fucking drug dealer or something. I don't know. It makes him get all excited, you know. But to me, having Cesaro there now is a good move. Obviously, because Daniel Bryan's not there. Obviously, we're gonna get Daniel Bryan back. You got to think too.
Did they have a match in WWE?
Many
Daniel
times.
Bryan and Cesaro.
Oh yeah, many times. Some
Brian,
great
Danielson and
matches.
Claudio, they've wrestled each other in ROH on the Indies.
Yeah.
Like they've known each other for like decades at this point, or not decades, years.
And just to say,
2 decades.
when all these guys do come back, business will pick up for fucking AEW, because there's a lot of fucking good wrestlers on the injury list right now. So
do you guys think?
see, I agreed.
So they're good friends, pretty much. You're saying, right? Do you think? Because I know this is a hot topic in the wrestling world. Do you think that whenever they do it, that they will set up Brian Danielson to win the title eventually? And do you think he will be the one to finally have Cesaro win a champion, like a heavyweight title?
Yeah, I don't think Cesaro's
in
gonna
a
win
big
heavyweight title
epic
in
match. Like not like maybe like in a year from now.
There's too many fucking people that want it before him and deserve it more than him.
No, but I mean that Ring of Honor, or maybe a Ring of Honor title.
Yeah, I can see him winning the Ring of Honor title, or even the All-Atlantic, the new championship they created. That's where
he was an Intercontinental champion. He's been tag team
United
champion
States.
with almost everybody in WWE.
It's just heavyweight title he's ever won, right? That's like
that's the only one.
Yeah. So,
US he's won the Intercontinental.
Is Bryan Danielson the guy that he has like the most, let's say, quote, epic or talked about feud with? It's in AEW right now,
fucking Eddie Kingston. Fuck.
Yeah, it's Eddie Kingston. Chicago.
I know, exactly. I feel like that's more of a war of words and stuff.
No, this is real.
Does Eddie Kingston doesn't wrestle the same way as Daniel Bryan, you know? And Cesaro is
that's not wrestling. What Eddie Kingston does.
No, I know. It's a different style of match. But Eddie Kingston could sell the match. It's no doubt about that. Yeah. But I'm saying a good a WrestleMania 10 Owen Brett match. I'm saying
you're
Cesaro,
not having an AEW main event for a title with Cesaro there. I'm sorry. I love the guy and everything, but it's
just to mention like Cesaro, like something I'm gonna miss, like Claudio being Cesaro in WWE. It doesn't get appreciated much. His matches and his tag team with Sheamus is fucking good. Every time they wrestled each other was great, and every time they tag team, they had the great matches too. So that's the thing that's gonna suck.
I saw on Twitter people were saying that it was a better, what's his name, had a better, Jake Hager and Cesaro had a better tag team than Sheamus and Cesaro. I go, what the fuck have you been watching?
We the people.
We the people. And then they think Dutch Mantel is gonna come back and be. Are you kidding me? Dutch Mantel doesn't want nothing to do with AEW. If people watch, if they listen to his podcast. He doesn't. But you're gonna tell me that the We the People tag team was better. I'm trying to whisper here, not to scream here for everybody here on Facebook and YouTube.
People listening, you know, they might be at work and they're listening to our podcast.
It makes me sick when people fucking talk like that. You have to have been living under a fucking rock. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Come on. All the accolades that they got in WWE. It's all in the garbage now because they went to AEW. No.
Well, that being said, this was Jay Lethal looking for Samoa Joe, so that's what they're saying. We went all about. Oh, I want to ask you guys. So
that's their match.
Satnam Singh has to stop talking. First of all, don't understand anything the guy's saying.
Lethal
do not understand anything he's saying. Yeah. Lethal. Give him a mic. It's no problem. No problem. The guy, you don't even have to tell him what to say, what the premise is. Yeah. He knows. No problem. You know. And that other guy, tell him to fucking shut the fuck up. They eat the fucking talk.
What they're probably doing. Singh is the mouthpiece for the big guy, right? I mean, Sanam Singh is the big guy.
Sanjay Dutt.
Sanjay Dutt is the mouthpiece. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure Lethal's kind of probably training him too. So when the time is right, Lethal's gonna turn face, and that's gonna be the feud, and that's the mouthpiece for the big dude over there. So that's just my effing opinion on that one.
A one-on-one match with Satnam Singh is not going to be something I'm going to be writing home to be watching.
Hopefully it's not for a while.
Or skipping work. Or skipping school
just like,
for
to your guys'
ever.
Point. To your guys' point earlier, there are the sideshows of the Orange Cassidys, the midget wrestlers, and things like that. So there's something for everybody on the show.
The realm of Omos.
It's age old of time.
At least Omos knows what the fuck he's doing.
The match with just a big giant guy has always been a thing in wrestling, right? So, you know what I mean? You always gonna know that's something to put on a card. It's a spectacle to see.
Excitement. And speaking about excitement,
man, oh man,
we're all excited about this one.
Someone who was excited was Layla Gray, who was up late last night and was able to catch the open invitation put out at 11:42 p.m.
I guess they didn't get my message.
For the open challenge.
I called for the open challenge. Nobody called me back. I don't get it. But
you're not as... Come on. You're trying to put yourself... You think you have as much reach as...
She's a bad bitch. She'll fight anybody, right?
As Jade Cargill.
She'll fight anybody. Man, woman, alien, whatever the fuck you want to do, whatever the fuck the case may be.
If you're too tired and you're bitching and moaning... that you're overlooked just because you're lazy, because you didn't accept the challenge. You weren't up late like Layla Gray was here, like Chris Statlander was, right. And Athena. That's what happened. So Jade Cargill advances to a 32, 31-0, something like that.
It's 34.
34? Yeah. Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah, so then that cuts that promo in the end. She's fed up of these jobbers. They get jumped by Chris Statlander and Athena. And
see what happens when you build somebody up too much? This is exactly what happens.
I think it's
not even to the point where they built herself up, because she's not even a good wrestler. She still didn't impress me tonight. It's the same fucking moves again. She didn't do nothing. She didn't sell. Sold maybe for 3 seconds?
It was just such a beast. Goldberg fucking won with a spear and a fucking...
That's Goldberg!
That's Goldberg! They're trying to do a woman version.
I'm not believing this is a fucking the women of Goldberg here.
I'm not believing Orange Cassidy's a wrestler, but the people are the... Gotta give the people what they want, man, as we learned here tonight.
Comparing.
I'm not comparing. I am not comparing. I'm comparing.
The wrestling part of it. Take the stupidity out of it. Take them, they just walk in with a straight face, they go in there, they wrestle, and that's it. You're telling me that you get more excited to see Jade Cargill than Orange Cassidy? I'll never fucking do this podcast again, eh? I'll smash everything. Fuck.
All right.
Unbelievable,
If the insurance company's watching, I'm about to say something that may have everything on this set destroyed, so I'm going to send you the bills of all this equipment costs. And yes, is my answer to that.
We all know why you like Jade Cargill.
Why?
Do I have to say it?
Because I like she.
Do I have to say it?
Look at this guy on my shirt. Yeah. You see that? You're like, oh, this is like an action figure. This is like a character on a show. I'm watching a TV show.
Yeah.
I'm watching fiction. I'm watching fiction. I like her. I believe.
Cool.
Compared
to this guy. Compared to this guy. Compared to this guy?
No, I'm not comparing this guy. I'm comparing her to her peers. I'm comparing her to other wrestlers that have been in the business for 2 years like her. That's what I'm comparing her to.
2 years, 34
I'm not
fucking
comparing
matches.
Jade Cargill to anyone who's been in the wrestling business for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. By no means. Alex, what's your thoughts on Jade Cargill?
I think for what she is, she's fine. Like, she's, she's being presented as a monster. She's just going to squash people. Obviously, someone has to stop her. We keep saying it. And I think, I really want it to be Chris Statlander. And
what's going to happen when she has to wrestle a 20-minute? What's going to happen when she has to wrestle a 20-minute match? You figure that. Just picture yourself sitting on the couch.
They've been hiding
and watching a 20-minute match with Jade Cargill. I really hope I got fucking diarrhea when that fucking happens. Match. I'll tell you that. She's a champion. She's gonna have to fucking
she's
fight
training
20
with
minutes.
Brian Danielson.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, keep training.
She's also gone
she's
better
with
at
Brian
hiding.
Danielson in the ring. So.
You probably noticed this too, Alex. She got a lot better at hiding things she's not good at. Also, she's a lot more fluid. Knows now. Okay, you know what I mean? Like she's. You know what I mean? Before you would see still a little more. It's been the last couple of months. You can see her matches. Okay, I got to go out there. I got to be a beast. I got to, the big boot. Her finishing move is cool.
She's a heel too. She's not gonna do much selling.
Working slow.
Well.
Take
she's
your
a
time.
Heel.
Slow.
She's
yeah.
really not gonna sell. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
exactly.
it. Yeah. I mean, eventually when she turns face, then we might see the longer matches. But I think now, get ready for that, Frank.
Well,
we are almost at like the final segment usually on our show, and we are reaching not even at the halfway mark of Dynamite right now. We're on fire tonight, folks. A lot of intense conversation here.
The last match was an hour. It only makes sense.
No, but I'm saying our show right now, we're almost like at the point where we're usually finishing in like an hour 15. We're only halfway in the Dynamite.
Well, half the show there was just a thumbnail on there, so we technically didn't start at the beginning. So
there wasn't. It was just him that saw that on Discord. So we also learned tonight.
Disrespect. Right?
Hey.
Disrespect.
Everyone's gonna hate on the guy who's responsible for the whole damn show.
Oh yeah, sure.
So me and my boy Vinny
I hate you either way. Doesn't matter if you're fucking doing the show or not. I hate you either way.
We know what it's like, man.
Every day.
I feel you, Vinny. I feel that. There's always when you're trying to do everything. Of course, things will be your fault.
Do everything.
That being said,
we're gonna have a camera and show everybody what you actually do. Continue.
AEW Grand Slam September 21st is announced. I don't believe there was a marquee match announced on this. Was there?
No, they'll probably announce it the day before.
Like no, I don't think so.
All right, so that's that. That's that news. And then we got the Bucks promo.
Just to say, like, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to top. I was just gonna say Arthur Ashe. It's gonna be hard to top Danielson and Kenny Omega last year. That's gonna be fucking hard to top for this year.
Kenny Omega's coming back.
But, I'm sure...
I honestly thought he was coming back tonight with the whole Young Bucks thing there. That little Young Bucks promo that they did there. I honestly thought the door was just going to... You're going to hear the door open. Who's that? Right now, there's no friends in the back for Young Bucks right now.
Well, he said... do you think that this is going to set up an Elite versus the whatever...
of course it is.
What they call Adam Cole and those guys again? What they call
Bullet Club.
Adam Cole and